I'm going to start by reading the 5 Steps of Global Liberation, and then I'm going to read the final chapter of my book. So I'm going to be reading from the 5 Steps of Global Liberation, and this is the first edited edition of my book. And I'm going to start with the 5 steps. Step 1, we acknowledge domination systems hurt us, that we never gave our consent, and are no longer available to participate in life withholding strategies to meet needs. Step 2, in the space of not knowing, we turn our will and our life over to love, God, and nature. Step 3, we are ready for needs-based fellowships to replace market economy and government. You are not a worker or for sale anymore. Find your meaning and purpose. Step 4, having found your meaning and purpose, you know you are not alone. Find your soul tribe. Step 5, we are not free unless all are free. Carry the message to liberate the whole entire planet, leaving nowhere unliberated. Chapter 6, the Great Global Liberation, New Human, New Earth. And that is the chapter that I am going to read. I'm going to read the final chapter of my book. This is the end of my book, you guys. So whoever has been following along and listening, thank you. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And as I am reading, I'm also doing the final little bit of editing that needs to be done so that I can publish my book. So as soon as I'm finished reading this, my book will be published. And if you guys want a hard copy, not only will you be able to have access to this recording, I also recorded all of the other chapters and the preface of this book, so you will have access to all of the recordings of the book. And I'm going to do another recording where the whole book is in one video in case you don't want to have to go to all the different videos. And I'm going to post my book, the whole transcript, online so that you have free access to all of my work and you don't ever have to use any market economy to have access to receiving my gifts and talents, because I want information and technology to be free for everyone. I want transparency, truth, and trust. So have at it. And here we go. Let's start reading. Da-da. Chapter 6, the Great Global Liberation. This is the day we knew would come. We will embrace our celestial brothers and sisters. We will no longer be in the timeout of Earth. We will create a world that we all share. We will dissolve borders, rules, laws, governors, leaders, enforcers, top-down authorities, and so much more. Our hearts always knew that this more wonderful world was possible, even when we gave into the programming and temporarily believed in the dense reality that was presented to us. Now, after receiving incredible information and technologies in the age of information, we know that not only have many of our fellows been imprisoned, but so have ideas, information, and inventions in order to hold us back and keep us powerless and feeling hopeless. So we will listen to authorities. With joy, we dissolve fear, guilt, and shame, replaced by our brave love and positive intentions. we are ready to rise to a new frame. The collective becomes aware that when we are separated from other minds and instead are of one mind, when we are separated from other minds, doing a little editing here, we are easy to control, right? The collective becomes aware that when we are separated from other minds, we are easy to control. A network of many minds is much harder to control because we make decisions for everyone based off care and needs, instead of when we are one mind, we are more likely to make decisions from coercion or fear. When under the stress and duress of threat and punishment, or under the coercion of reward, it is easy to see how people are willing to harm life and commit atrocities all over the world. These atrocities become known, and we feel powerless and feel very sad as we suffer. Although we may feel alone, we are all suffering together, separated, also because categorization of all of the same kind is a form of separation, yet we are in fact together. We acknowledge and know that our hearts are longing for a more wonderful world that is loving to all. Our hearts desire flow, harmony, and for our universal needs to be met through willingness and raising capacities. We want love to lead the way, putting aside our fears and becoming brave. We want togetherness, not making decisions alone ever again, because now we are collaborating with the group conscience mind, never having to endure difficult emotions alone or celebrate alone, because now we are co-regulating with a network of familiar emotional bodies / biofields that we are closely connected to. All of us vibrating as one nervous system, a beautiful expanding field of energetic systems, all feeling emotions together, empathizing in a resonant field as we attune to bodies using telepathy and other gifts and treasures and talents that have been hidden from us. Perhaps many of the stories we have been told aren't true. And as disclosure of truths continue, our hearts unlock and open even more to a world that is possible. For a long time, our governments have been hiding the truth from us. Our governments want us to believe their lies and turn our power over to them, but real power does not ask for this. Real power is truthful, trusting, transparent, and gives their power away to everyone else. The powerful are not meant to lead. In the new world, the powerful will allow the vulnerable to lead. It is called courting when we allow the vulnerable to lead, just as the ocean does, allowing all channels and rivers to flow down to him like a king, so that he holds them high. I remind you of your great power. Do not use your power over. The renewed, restored, higher self is in perfect alignment, living symbiotically with love, God, and nature, the perfect balance. Now, having risen, liberated, the whole entire planet will be lavishly covered. Food forests and watering holes will be everywhere. There will be abundance of options we can choose from when deciding what temperature water we would like to bathe in. It will be rare to eat the same type of fruit, vegetable, or meat because of all of the biodiversity. There will be no fences or walls or anything to prevent herds or our beloved animals from moving freely. We will not harm or enemy image bugs, predators, birds, or any other life. This world will be so incredible and unimaginable, but we cannot believe or imagine it yet because our group conscious mind will create it from all of our minds. It will come from the most intelligent, loving part of us, as all of us together, thinking and breathing and moving together. We will do this with all of life benefiting from our actions. It is called a symbiosis dance. Flow, go, superhero, go. That is what it is called. That is why we act like superheroes, with the most amount of love and care, and the least amount of force and control. The new superheroes don't have bad guys. We have healing and integration. We don't create enemy images or stories anymore. We love everyone, even those who've hurt us. We give them chance after chance after chance after chance until we are at capacity. Then we take a break, and then we give them another chance. We do not outcast in the new world. We allow others to always come into our life again. In this new world, we will be so happy because we will see that the world is quite easy and wonderful, and that when we are in balance and flow, it all feels good. Living in a world where all of life is sacred and part of the oneness, birth, death, life are all sacred. Every organism and subatomic particle is sacred. The whole entire universe is sacred, part of the oneness, and has intelligence. Acknowledging that every single cell in our body has its own intelligence, that our body and organs individually have their own intelligence, as does our subjectivity, our witnessing presence, and every other part of our multidimensional consciousness has intelligence, and that we are everlasting time and never ending. In this new reality, we arise from fear, guilt, and shame into bliss, ecstasy, and play. Now we create in even higher brain states like alpha, theta, delta, gamma brainwaves. And in these higher brainwaves, we will see that our two-strand DNA is a multi-dimensional strand. Dormant strands of DNA and DNA code begin to turn on as we become integrated with our higher self. We are always reprogramming our mind. Body and DNA with our thoughts. And as we begin to visualize this manifestation, it is happening to us. We create this new world with joy, inspiration, togetherness, and feeling empowered, sacred, wise, and knowing we are God. As we acknowledge we are God, that which we witness is also God. Everything around us changes as our witnessing presence changes. Not only do we get to evolve and change, but our planet will be very different than it was before as the new human emerges. Great, big mama. She is our great mother, and we love her so much, and we will heal the relationships with all of our mothers. We will heal the relationships with all of our children, and we will begin to realize that we are meant to have many children because we co-parent each other. And even adults are reparenting each other. In the new world, if one of us is pregnant, we will start to twinkle our eyes, and we can't wait because we will be wondering if we will be asked to be one of the parents of that child, because we know that the whole tribe is meant to raise the child. So at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days a week, or maybe every day of the week, we are at least with that child and with the mom, supporting baby and mom, and we commit to this for life. We will see as nuclear family dissolves that tribes rise, and having these neural networks of many minds together, a group conscience mind is more powerful than a nuclear family. When we create scarcity with nuclear family, schools, industries, and work environments, we are creating suffering. We acknowledge that there are higher ways of creating, and what that means is that we are vibrating. Not commanding and controlling, but regulating, attuning to bodies, and collaborating with our minds. Since we are not evaluating, thinking, strategizing, demanding, and punishing, rewarding anymore, we are enjoying life much more. We begin to travel all over our planet and to other planets, realizing that we are the sex organs of the planet, meant to pollinate other planets with the creatures of our planet and bringing back with us the creatures of their planet. And perhaps we have other purposes as well in space. This is why we created the 5 steps of global liberation, so we can find our meaning and purpose, super squad, and a more wonderful liberated planet. There will be a new human ascending. This new human will have a rewired DNA code. The new human will have decompression of all 33 vertebrae and joints and bones all around the new body, with synovial fluids moving freely around. This new human will be telepathic, able to see through time and space and connect to the hive intelligence / Akashic records. The new human will not walk heel-toe, but the heel of the foot will be raised with all of the muscles engaged in the foot, walking toe first, then heel. This new human will have proud shoulders, superhero chest, high cheekbones, and jaw relaxed. The new human will have skin that is smooth and flawless like a baby. The humans will acknowledge the agelessness of the body. We now know, after disclosure, as new information comes out, that not only are so many things like travel, new ways of shelter, symbiosis, and connecting to ecosystems, and many more things possible, but humans will realize that our bodies are incredible and ageless. Now rising above and upgrading the DNA code, the new human will acknowledge their power and never again give their power away. This will reactivate the dormant DNA strands, and the code of our higher Christ consciousness will be born. This new human will be flabbergasted at the idea of giving their power over to an authority outside of themselves, and especially selling out to the industry. The new human will acknowledge the atrocities that have happened, and we will mourn and cry buckets of tears. Because they will have awakened to their mightiness, and how we are all united, awakening into the oneness. The new human will have the whole wide world and live in a new, more wonderful world. And this new human will have a brand new earth. Information, technologies, resources to meet needs, giving, receiving, learning, teaching will all be readily available according to the willingness and capacities. This new human will suffer much less, having long, beautiful states of tranquility, ecstasy, joy that comes from deep within, authentic, spiritual, beautiful joy, not fake joy from addictions and dopamine blasts that don't mean anything. The new human will experience ecstasy, bliss, pleasure, and spiritual joy most of the day with short bursts of pain, shame, fear, alarm, and such unpleasant emotions will be short and quick, because we will regulate and be held and attuned to by our tribe and then collaborated with to make sure that our needs are met well so that we are thriving most of the time. We will be brought back from these unpleasant emotions quickly by our resonant, empathetic tribe. Now that we are no longer unconscious, disconnected, and bewildered because we feel powerless and hopeless in a world that is apocalyptic. Now we get to be part of a superhero squad that is creative and conscious and creating a beautiful world out of play. Always asking ourselves the questions, what could be even more loving, healing, and wonderful than before? And how can we even more consider all of life? And are we forgetting anyone? And what did I learn? And how are our bodies doing? Asking ourselves these incredible, empowering questions means that collective consciousness has risen and continues to rise. It means that we are liberating and liberated, and that we don't stop, won't stop until we are all free. We never, ever stop until the whole planet rises, leaving no speck untouched, no dust unloved up by the evolution that is coming now, creating a global liberation where our universal needs replace merit-based systems. All of life gets to thrive more and more abundantly from now on. The end. And this is the last part of my book. I dedicate this book to my beloved children and I'm going to go ahead and film this part. To my beloved children who I love so deeply with all my heart. I wrote this book so I could be liberated and not be alienated from my children anymore. I've lost my kids' freedom and so much because of domination systems without my consent. With this book, I liberate myself, my children, and the whole entire planet. And so it is. So that's my book. If you guys have any questions about my book, about this new earth, the new human, or anything else that I've written or said, please put in all caps the word book so that I can see your message and read it. All of the small talk chit chat, just go ahead and write whatever you want. But if you want to interact with me, then I am inviting you to talk to me about my book. That's what I want to talk about. So if it's not about my book, then I'm probably not going to respond to it. So just to help me see your comment or question about my book, you're going to write in all caps the word book. If you want me to see it right away, that will help me. All right? So what do you guys think? What's up, Hey Deacon Gonzalez? What's up, goddess? What's up? Or if you just write book, I don't know. Words used in your book were very inspiring. Love it. Thanks, Ashton. You guys like anyone have any questions? Cool. So that's the 5 steps of global liberation. I'm going to be publishing my book. There's one more thing I wanted to write. I have to write. What? You guys, my book is ready. So I'm feeling pretty good about my book right now. I'm ready to publish it. I want to read the preface of my book. Even though I've already read it once, there's like a little bit of editing I want to do. So the preface is the second to longest chapter. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a little over 4 pages. So I would love for you guys to join me. I'm going to end this live stream and start another one. And I'm going to read the preface of my book. Okay, The 5 Steps of Global Liberation. Think about how lovable you guys are.